Spurgeon here with RevZilla, and today we are taking a look at the Klim Keweenaw Parka available at RevZilla.com. With the Keweenaw, what you're getting is a cross between Klim's two families of snow apparel. If you're familiar with Klim, you know that they have a non-insulated line and an insulated line. Their insulated line is for maximum warmth, non-active sled riders that are using their sleds more for transportation, and then you're going to have their non-insulated line, which is more for active sledders that are out there using their sleds to really kind of, do tricks, be active, powdery, more West Coast snow. The Keweenaw splits the difference. What we're getting in here is localized insulation. They're going to be anywhere from 100 to 300 grams of insulation throughout the jacket, and they really use temporal mapping to figure out where they're going to maximize warmth and where they're going to give you a little bit more airflow and to help keep your body cool so you don't overheat. So breaking this down, the first thing we need to talk about with Klim is going to be the sizing on the Keweenaw. George, on my left-hand side, stands at a commanding 6'3", weighs in at a champion 215 pounds, 43.5-inch chest, 38-inch waist. We have him in a size large. This is what Klim's size chart recommends. This jacket is massive even on George. He's going to size down one full size to a medium if he was to buy this for himself. We put him in the large to show you exactly how big it was on him. So keep that in mind. When you're looking at Klim's size chart, plan on sizing down one full size. Sizes are going to range from a small up to a 3XL, and you have three colors available: black, orange, and Klim is calling this green. This is not green. This is blue and high-vis yellow. But if you want a high-vis blue parka, you have to order the green option for the Keweenaw. Klim, in the world of snow, in the world of dirt, in the world of on-road, off-road, whatever activity you like to do with a motorcycle or a snowmobile, Klim's a premium player. And what we're seeing with the Keweenaw, this is coming around that $440 price point. There's a lot going on here. You're getting two-layer Gore-Tex, you're getting Thinsulate insulation, a 200D nylon chassis, and it's going to work all together to give you an option that's not going to focus so much on maximizing warmth, but combining performance as well as warmth. If you want to take a step up to something that's going to be your maximum layer of insulation, there's nothing out there that's going to be warmer, that's where you want to check out the Rowan. The Rowan is a step up from the Keweenaw as far as warmth is concerned. You're going to take a step up in Gore-Tex, you're going to take a step up into premium insulation, and it's going to be a beefier piece overall. With the Keweenaw, again, it's a little bit more of that compromise that we're seeing here, and it's going to add a little bit more of that comfort. We're going to say comfort because the entire chassis is going to be a 200D. A little bit lighter weight, a little bit more comfortable, still going to keep you nice and abrasion resistant as you're riding through the woods and you got sticks and twigs and trees, smashing up against you. And then the insulation that we're seeing here is going to be a Thinsulate insulation, but there's different layers of it. There's going to be 100, 200, 300 grams of insulation depending on where you're looking at in the body, and they really focused on giving you more insulation where you need it and less insulation where you don't. And then the overall design is going to be two-layer Gore-Tex Performance shell. What this means, it's a laminated Gore-Tex shell. Water is not getting in. We know that about Gore-Tex. Your two-layer Performance shell means it is going to be moisture wicking. All that moisture, as it builds up against your body, if it just sits there, you're going to get cold because that moisture in colder temperatures eventually turns to what could be ice. So what the Gore-Tex does is it takes all that moisture from your skin and it helps to wick it away. That, in combination with the Thinsulate insulation, is going to help to keep you warm. Now keep in mind, we talked about stepping up to the Rowan. The Rowan, where that premium bump gives you, that takes you from standard Thinsulate insulation up to Thinsulate Platinum, and that's the main difference that you're seeing when you're looking at the Keweenaw versus the Rowan with that $100 price increase. It's really the materials that you're seeing coming into play, as well as the technology and the design going into it. So with the collar, as we work our way through, mid-height to the collar, really comfortable fleece lining on the back of this. You're going to have that 200D chassis work throughout. You're going to have pops for reflectivity. And then, George, I'm going to hold your hand up for a second. You do have the monkey paw with the snow cuff, and this works very nicely. You can put your glove on. Gloves goes underneath. You can then put the cuff on top of it, Velcro down, and it works very comfortably to make sure that there is no snow, ice, wind, sleet, rain, what have you, pushing up underneath your arm. You're going to have dual chest pockets. You're going to have covered on the outside, and then you're going to have a zip point on the inside. That Gore-Tex layer will overlap, and then there'll also be a Gore-Tex layer on the inside to make sure you're not getting any water failing through there. And then the other thing, you might not be able to pick this up on camera, but you'll notice Klim does a very good job of giving you bar tack stitching at any potential fail points where the seams come into play. And you'll notice that throughout the entire jacket to make sure you have a jacket that gives you not just warmth and comfort, but also longevity. There's a lot of folks out there using Klim apparel that's 10, 15, sometimes 20 years old. This stuff is built to hold up and last. As we work our way through the main section of the body, you do have hand warmer pockets on this. They are not going to be fleece lined, so just keep that in mind. There's no additional fleece warmth for the hand warmer pockets on this. George, I'm going to have you go ahead and face sideways for me. And as we work our way down the side, George, I'm just going to have you lift your hand up for a second for me. There is a slight pre-curve to the sleeve, pops of reflectivity working its way down the back. And then the real story here is going to be the massive pit zips. So you're going to have massive vents throughout the armpits. The number one area where you tend to overheat when you're out and you're active, massive amount of airflow pushing through. YKK water resistant zippers, which means that if they are zipped up, you're not going to have to worry about this being a fail point for moisture getting in. George, you may face backwards for me. Starting with the collar, there is a shock cord adjuster at that tall collar. Again, that fleece lining is going to work its way all around the back, maximizing comfort. Pop of reflectivity. And then as you work your way down, you will notice there is going to be a vent along the back of this. It's low enough in the bag that you can reach around with the jacket on and actuate the vent. It's not too high up that you can't reach it, so I like the fact that the placement is very thought out with this. There's also going to be a waist adjuster with this. There's a shock cord that's going to run through the entire waist. The adjuster points for that are inside the pockets in the front, so you can cinch down the waist. There's also going to be a shock cord at the base of the jacket, and the shock cord adjusters for that are going to be located at the bottom hip of the jacket. So you have two different adjustment points for how you want to fine tune the jacket down, helping to make sure moisture is not pushing up from the bottom. George, you may face forward, and while you're turning around, I'm going to have you go ahead and on-snap and on-zip for me. Nice rain gusset or nice waterproof gusset with this. You do have a zipper garage at the top, fleece line, massive zipper garage so that large YKK Vislon zipper isn't pushing uncomfortably against your skin. And then as we open this up, George is wearing the matching Keweenaw bib. It's going to accompany the jacket very nicely to give you a matching ensemble, and it's going to have that localized Thinsulate insulation as well. It's going to pair up very nicely with this. You'll also notice there's going to be a snow skirt on this, which helps to keep any snow or moisture from pushing up. You're going to have dual snap adjusters so you can fine tune how that fits. And what I like about this is Klim has done a very nice job of giving you a rubberized base. So it holds it into place. So it keeps not just the snow skirt in place, but it helps to hold the jacket or the parka down over top of the bib. Again, making sure you have no snow or moisture pushing up from the bottom, causing you discomfort. When we take a look at the inside, it's going to be mirrored on both sides. So we're just going to take a look at the right side, but you're going to have a total of 4 pockets on the inside. You're going to have a Napoleon pocket up top, and then a simple cargo style pocket on the bottom. And the whole jacket is going to be lined with a very, very comfortable taffeta material that's going to work throughout. And then you're also going to see that fleece line collar at the top. Now, wrapping things out, the last thing I want to point out, we talked about the bar stitching or the bar tack stitching in the beginning. You'll notice it again just right here where the zipper meets. You'll notice it throughout the entire jacket. As you get this on, you play with it, you kind of get a feel for it. You'll notice those little accents throughout the entire jacket, and it's really those particular pieces that set Klim apart as a premium offering, giving you a jacket that's going to give you longevity as well as comfort and durability. George, you may go ahead and zip up for me. So for riders out there that are looking for, a complement between warmth as well as, something that you can use in more aggressive situations, the Keweenaw is definitely an option for you to consider. Now, there's a lot of riders out there utilizing Klim apparel to keep them warm in the snow. And if you want to hear more about what they have to say, click the info button on your desktop or mobile device, which will allow you to read other rider reviews from folks that are already out there using Klim apparel on their sleds. If you have more questions for us, reach out to one of our Gear Geeks at 877-792-9455 or simply shoot us an email, cs@RevZilla.com. Thank you for joining us for this look at the Klim Keweenaw jacket. I'm Spurge. Enjoy the ride.